Hello, friends, family, and internet strangers. Stephanie here, and welcome back to Vlogmas. Today's video is part of a collab hosted by Tiffany over at Small Town 6. This is the monthly collab that happens the first Friday of every month, and this month it is candy. So I will have a playlist linked down below, as well as Tiffany's channel, so you can check out all sorts of candy ideas. Now this could be making candy, or it could be using candy in your recipes. I chose to do the latter, so I've got 2 recipes that feature candy coming up for you. Let's get right into it. First up, I am making brownie brittle, and this is something that I have not made before but wanted to try. So the first step in this is combining sugar, bittersweet chocolate chips, and water. So those 3 things are getting combined and going into the microwave for about 2 minutes. And I will have the full recipe linked down below that has the amounts and everything, because I did get this off of the internet. So once it is out of the microwave, I am just going to stir that up, and my chocolate was basically melted by the end of the 2 minutes, and I didn't want it to burn, so I did take it out, and then just stirring it was enough to melt it the rest of the way. Next up, in a bowl, while my chocolate is cooling off, I am combining my flour, baking powder, cocoa powder, and salt. And then I'm going to whisk that up. The recipe says to put it through a sifter. I don't have one of those, so I'm just whisking it so it's all fairly well combined. And then once my chocolate mixture is cooled down enough that it's not going to cook the eggs when I put eggs in it, and I do save those for last as well, just to be sure, I'm going to add my oil, some vanilla extract, and then also my 2 eggs, which are at room temperature. And then once this is all combined, I will slowly add and mix in all of those dry ingredients, and then spread this out nice and thin on a baking sheet. Now, I do a lot of desserts around the holidays, so I do have more desserts coming up later on in the month, so I'm going to have a lot of different options for you, but this one did go really well with a peppermint mocha dip that I made, and that's going to be in a video later on in the month, most likely next week. I will probably have the holiday desserts video posted. So this is really good on its own, but it's also good paired with other things. So definitely recommend giving this one a try. So welcome if you are new here. I just want to say thank you for watching this video. If you're here from the collab, or if you're just now finding my channel, I hope y'all will consider hitting that subscribe button and sticking around. I am doing Vlogmas this year, partially to get myself more consistent with posting videos, because in the past I have not posted consistently, and I'm also doing this for myself just to have fun with it and make sure I'm having festive mood this year, because last year I certainly was not feeling festive at this time of year, and I definitely am in brighter spirits this year than I was this time last year, and I think all of this baking and making videos has definitely helped with that. So I want to thank everyone who is still here watching for supporting me and supporting this channel. Now, once all of this is done, I am going to spread this out, and it did take a little bit of effort to get it all the way to the edges, because this is a thicker batter. It's very similar to brownie batter, and you're just cooking it on a cookie sheet instead, so it gets nice and crispy and crunchy and more of a cookie texture versus a brownie texture. And these turned out so well. So you can top this with chocolate chips. You can top this with nuts if you want to top it with nuts. I did M&Ms on half of mine, and then on the other half I did leave it plain because I just wanted to taste what it tasted like. Now, here's a question. Does anyone else, when you're doing something like this, even though it's going to be broken up and it's not going to all be in one piece, do you feel the need to make sure the colors of your M&Ms are even when you do a dessert with M&Ms or anything like this? Because there's only red and green here, and I was noticing large amounts of green in one area, large amounts of red in another, and then I had to start spacing them out on purpose. I don't know why I'm like this. So once it's done, if you want it to be square, you can do it while it's hot, make it into squares. Otherwise, you just let it cool down and then break it apart, and it becomes that nice little bark texture. Next up, I have got some Rolos. I chose to use the dark salted caramel ones because that sounded absolutely delicious. And we're going to make reindeer. This is something that I've never made these as reindeer, but I have done desserts very similar to this in the past, where you take a pretzel, you put a piece of candy on top, you put it in the oven, and then you put an M&M on top to melt it down. The hardest part of making these reindeer is right here. Trying to evenly cut a pretzel without having it crumble apart. I was not successful. I tried different ways of doing it, slicing through the whole thing, slicing through just part of it, and I did not have a lot of success. This took a lot of patience, and at this point, I'm kind of starting to look at it and go, is this even worth it? Should I just do the standard one with an M&M and not decorate them? But I did start getting a couple of them that were the shape that I was trying to get, which is literally sliced straight down the middle like that, so that they are ears, or antlers rather, for your reindeer. So I wanted to get that done before I put my stuff in the oven. I wanted to have everything ready to go, because once these come out of the oven after 2 minutes or so at about 250, you want to work quickly while the chocolate is still warm before it firms back up. And when I was looking at an article about this, they said that there was a specific order that worked the best. I tried multiple different orders of M&M, antlers, and eyes on these to see which ones worked the best for me. And the most successful was doing the eyes first, then the nose, and then the antlers. So that would be little candy eyes I had gotten just from Walmart from the baking aisle. Those little candy eyeballs that they sell that just look so creepy to me but so cute at the same time. So these did start looking adorable, but again, I was not able to get too many antlers out of these, so some of mine just look like really terrified faces and the others do look like reindeer, and these are so adorable. These would be really fun to do with kids if you don't mind your kids getting messy, because I certainly got messy even as an adult doing this, but these would also be fun just to serve to kids because they do turn out really cute, and who can resist those very big eyeballs that they have on these? So definitely recommend trying these out, but if you don't want to do all of the decoration, again, it is super easy to just do this with the M&M on top and you push it down straight in the center, or you can do it with another pretzel, a full pretzel right on top. I have done that in the past, and you can use Reese's, you can use Hershey Kisses, you can use Rolos like these, and pretzels with chocolate. There's just really very few better combinations than that. So now that I've got a few of these done, let me show you the results. These are the ones that had antlers. Look how cute those are. And these are the ones that look like terrified turkeys, essentially. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this and got some inspiration from it. Don't forget, Vlogmas is going on all the way through to Christmas. I hope y'all will stick around. Consider hitting the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Definitely leave me a comment below and let me know what some of your favorite candy creations are. And also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.